So what am I up to? Well, today is Monday. Yeah, and yesterday I left Kendal and I came down south to Lim, which is near home on the M56. The service is there, and I slept in a lay-by in with one of my favourite lay-bys with a lorry in. And what I am doing is I am on the way to, first of all, get Lexi sorted. So we have her booked in for tomorrow morning and Wednesday if needs be, to get her cam belt done, which is also the water pump. She's going to have a full service, and then she'll be ready to come with me to go back up north, whilst we travel around the country. She'll be all sorted then with her cam belt and everything. So that'll be Lexi done. Then on Thursday, I've got this lady to pick up, this 99-year-old lady to pick up Thursday morning, 10 o'clock, and take her down to Cambridge and drop her off. And that probably won't finish. They'll probably invite me in for lunch, so I'll probably be on my way about 3 o'clock, and I'll probably stay in the area because it'll be rush hours building up. Then I'm hoping that I might have heard from more of the application for jobs that I've written to, emailed, and hopefully I'll have some sort of location to head for. And if I haven't, then I'll still head up north, because I think I want to be up north. Although some of the jobs I have applied for are down south as well. So yeah, I'm just see what happens Thursday afternoon. I'll definitely stay in Cambridge Thursday night, or the Cambridge area. So be Friday that I'll make a decision, and people may have been back to me or not, but I know that I won't get anything now before Monday after that. So anyway, I'm going to set up my laptop, do a few more YouTubes, maybe write a bit more on my book, which I'm avoiding because I've written a lot of it and now it's sorting paragraphs and stuff out. So anyway, do a bit of that. Might find something else to do. Maybe I'll get some web analysis stuff through I can do. And I will let you know how my days go over the next couple of days. Okay, so we will have to revisit this statement in the winter when it's freezing cold and full of snow. But right now, I want to say that this type of heat, humid and hot, is the worst thing ever for a nomad, and I absolutely hate it. You just pouring sweat, you're cooking, you don't want to do anything, you just want to find a nice cold place to hide, and there isn't. Even this place, as lovely as it is, and lots of shadow, I'm still cooking. I just want to escape. I want to escape the heat. I want to go to Snowland. Anyway, we'll revisit this statement in the winter and see what I say in the winter. That should be interesting. So morning guys, it's 4:42 on a Tuesday morning. I've got a lot happening these next 3 days. Well, the next 2 days. Tomorrow in the middle is a bit of a hanging about one. But anyway, I'm down at Lim, which is near my old home, Ellesmere Port. It's the services. I've just been asleep in a lay-by, and I'm on my way into the services to get a shower. And because it's so hot at the moment, I had a shower yesterday, but you need one about every 5 minutes. But anyway, what is happening today? Well, I've got my car in for a service down at my old garage, because they're the only people I trust. They're not doing just the service right, they're doing the cam belt. So I've got my car in to get its cam belt done, and the water pump and everything that goes with that, and the service, and that'll take them all day. So today was just going to be about, you know, walking around, hanging about, wondering what to do with myself while I waited for my car, because he's told occurred yesterday, which means I've got an even busier day. And I applied to some companies while I was waiting yesterday. But I'd videoed some companies again for some work through Indeed. There was a couple of seasonal jobs going, and one of them was really what I was looking for. You know, I was telling you I wanted to do a seasonal job, but I didn't want to, you know, did I tell you this? I didn't want to do many hours, more than 24, and I didn't want to stay in one place. I was trying to do freelancing. I was trying to do a pub bit here and a pub bit there and that. Well, this is sort of it. But everything I've told you so far, and everything that I've told people to their faces before has all gone wrong. So I'm not going to tell you too much. But I am going to tell you that I've got an interview today at 11 o'clock in this area down here. Oh, am I coming to live back down here? You'll have to wait to find out. I've got an interview at 11 o'clock with this lady, and I'll see how that goes, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed because this is something that I think will really, really suit me. I'm hoping. So on the work treadmill again, and I will update you how it went once I've had the interview. So I'm going into the services now. I'm going to go and get a shower. Then I've got to go and unpack my car, put it all into the back seat because the guys need to get into the boot to do all the work on my car. And it's going to be we've got a heat warning day today. Apparently we haven't had a heat warning from the Met Office. Actually, I don't want to be down here. We haven't had a heat warning from the Met Office now for a long time. I don't know, 20 years plus or something. Or it might even be the first one. I can't remember. It was something really big. Yeah, so it was something really big. So something that is going to be up above 35 or something awful. So it's going to be a really horrible, horrible day. It's impossible to keep cool. Yesterday I was under the trees, and that was about the best we could get. So I'm not looking forward to today at all. It's going to be a tough day, except for the interview. I'm hoping that goes well. But I'll let you know. I'll catch you later. So guys, this is what an empty boot looks like. Still got to get some bits and pieces out of there. And this is what a back seat looks like when it's full of your empty boot stuff. I've got to make sure I've got some stuff around for the day. So I'm trying to organise it so I'm very lucky. I found this lay-by that's really quiet for a little while. So this is the clear out for the service. And I wanted to be able to get into the back. Look at this. This is a wheelie trolley. Yeah, it is. I use it for Amazon to wheel the food to the customers' houses. For some reason it was the last thing that would not go in my flat, and so it came with me. Quite what I'm going to do with it, I have no idea. Waterless wash there. Put that in there. It's my tent poles. Whew. That's a lot of stuff went in. They're lending me a car to go to this interview later on, so that's good. That bit's done there. It's all done now. All I've got to do is make sure that everything I need
BBC News is read by Tom Santos.
Goes in this rucksack here for the day.
Former chief advisor Dominic Cummings has renewed his attack on the Prime Minister's handling of the
So, nice quiet location.
In his first broadcast interview
Job
since
done.
leaving number 10 at the end of last year,
First job done.
Prime Minister initially
Okay guys, so everything's from the boat into the back. Oh, I just got to check that the locking key is in there. I'll lift that up, but I'm going to go and stop for some breakfast now. I just wanted to remind you that when you do something major like this in a lay-by, as soon as you finish, you've got to move on to the next lay-by, so people don't try to work out what you're doing. Do you ever feel like you've done something before in a previous life? Like this statement now this morning and this sitting here and saying that to you, I feel like I've said that before in some past life. Always quite scary when that happens. Yeah, so I'm off to find a lay-by to have me breakfast. Yeah, see that boot? Not the boot, the back. Full now. I suppose it'll give me a chance later on to sort things out again. I've got all tomorrow as well, so I'll see you later. So I'm just heading down. Actually, I've been waiting to put my car in the garage from 8:30, but I need the loo, so I'm just heading down to Asda to go to the loo. So this is actually the town centre sort of area that I'm heading down into. I'm heading down to Asda, and we've got the market here and everything. That's all the council offices off to the left, where I used to get my taxi licensed. Was the bus station on the left. I don't know what that's going to be now, but it doesn't look like a bus station. It's got a load of building there now. I mean, that's been done in the last, well, since I left, so like last 4 months that's popped up. Wow, this is fascinating round here. So toilets are open. Well, the ladies are, the gents aren't. So you have to pay to park no matter what you do, whether you go shopping at Asda or whatever else. So, put me 50p in, I'll catch you in a minute. So guys, on the way up to the garage now. I might as well get there early and be parked up and ready to go and try and sort my car out. Me car that he's lending me. Hopefully he'll lend me it. Otherwise I've got to pay a lot of money or walk to Chester Services. Now I could walk it, probably take it, well, at least an hour I reckon, to go there for my interview, because that's where I'm meeting her at Chester Services. So I say no more about that yet. I'll say more about this interview after I've been to it, because jinx everything. I mean, I did get that other job, I just couldn't survive it. I'm hoping that I can survive this job, but we'll have to see. As always, I'm quite nervous about it all. I will be when I get up there, but we'll see how it goes. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. For the minute, my electrical is now going in to get her cam belt done and a big service. He's going to look at the tyres. I get to check the brakes, see what the wear's like. There we are. The garage that says what it says on the tin. Open. That's good. Oh, I might have a little Audi to fly about in. It says courtesy car, that might be theirs. I'll leave her to it. I've got a Peugeot. There we are. This will be mine. Fantastic. He was going to let me have his camper van for the day. Too big for me to take. Hi guys. So fucking this car up before I've had it 5 minutes. Yes, so I'm going to go into the service area now and find Jane. So I'm a bit nervous, so I'll do the walk-in. Don't know what happens once we're inside. See how it goes. Hey guys. Oh well, what a day it's been. The heat has been worse than horrible. It's been really, really tough. Sorry, it's evening now, so it's quite dark. I hope you can see me alright. If I can get any better light. Is that better? So, as you can see from the background picture, I'm at the service. I wasn't going to, because I haven't spent a night on services for quite some time yet. I've been saving my money quite well. But the heat really affected me today. So by the time I got on here, it was still baking hot. And I hadn't been to look to check out all the... I have actually got markers on my maps, but I hadn't been out to check the lay-bys to see, you know, it must be a good couple of months since I've been down here, so I hadn't been to check out the lay-bys. And I sat here and then I fell asleep in the front seat. I woke up, I don't know, you can probably tell, about 5-10 minutes ago. I thought I've got to get on to you to let you know what's happening. So it has cooled down a lot. But I'm staying on the services tonight because I'm so tired. I'm exhausted from the heat more than anything. I mean, I had to wait for my car. So I had that little Peugeot. And we went, where did we go? Oh yes, we went to, had that little Peugeot and we went up to the country park, Eastern Country Park I think it's called, which had loads of shadow. And we sat there for a good couple of hours. What did I do after that? I only sat there a couple of hours. I'm trying to think where I went after that. Just suddenly I just remembered where I went after that. I had an interview, didn't I? So I had an interview this morning at 11 o'clock at Chester Services. And I was still quite cool then, so as in cool body wise, not cool person wise. Anyway, I went for my interview and that went really well. I mean, it almost went too well, which is going to be a jinx, isn't it? So we had a really good chat, and she like the other lady that I spoke to, the one where the job where I gave up after 4 hours. I would go back to that, you know that. It's just the heat and the pace we had to go at was just awful. I've got the same thing coming up now, but I'm going to be a little bit more prepared. So anyway, we got on really well, and she understood in many ways about the Nomad way, the fact that I was not living in a normal house, and that I was living in tents and B&Bs and spare rooms and things. She wasn't going to get her head around the fact that I could sleep in the back of my car, so I didn't push that. You have to be very careful, and I wanted to be very careful because I want this job. Because what I'd put in my application was that I could travel, which is how I'm going to get around the country. And she really took that on board, and she said, I think that's a brilliant idea. So when it goes quiet wherever in this location, you can go to where we need a facilities person in that location. You could go over here and over there. And I was going, I could do that. That's really what I want to do. And I also said I didn't want to work any more than 25 hours. And she was really, because they've lost all the Polish, and she was telling me this, not something I'm saying, because they've lost all the Polish because of this, we've come out of the EU. They don't have any workers anymore. Nobody wants to do these jobs because they're pretty naff jobs, they're pretty lowly. Bad pay, £9.11 an hour. And you litter picking and cleaning out bogs that everybody's left, and that's toilets for anybody who's not from the UK. Cleaning out the toilets that everybody's left in a terrible state all day. It's a pretty hard job, but on the other hand, it's manual work, which I like, and I love being outside, and I'm quite happy going around litter picking. So I'm hoping that I've been given up north to start off with. So I'm going up there on Tuesday, getting my induction done up there, and then I should be spending 2 months there, doing facilities but also housekeeping. So I would like to be able to do various jobs, so I'm quite happy to go outside litter picking one moment and cleaning toilets the next, and doing housekeeping every so often as well. And she said, yeah, that's fine. We really love the fact that you're so flexible, and you can work all the days, and you don't want weekends off, and and you can start your starting times and your end times are, whatever, you go right up to 11 o'clock at night. So I've said, I said, just as long as I don't go over my 25 hours. Well, I said 24, but she said 25. For some reason, they must have that on their books. It's 25. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's the government scheme of how you get paid, under 26. You don't get taxed or something. Because she was saying to me, I don't think you'll have to pay tax. And I thought, oh, good, that'll do. But yeah, so I said, I don't want to do any more than 25 hours. And if it's 3 days in a trot, then I'll want the rest of the 4 days off. I said, because A, I want to travel around, and B, because of the way I live. I didn't say anything about living in the car. I said, because of the way I live, it takes a little bit more time to get myself sorted and organised. So things like, going to the laundrette, or getting to know my location, and being able to sort my dress code out and everything. I was trying to be really careful about what I said. I said it just takes a bit more time than normal life, and she was really cool about this. And she said, yeah, okay, I understand. She said, you said you only want 25 hours, and that's all we're going to ask you to do. And I said, I might, after a while, once I've got this sorted, I said I might do extra. I probably will. Wait until I tell you the price of my car service and work on yesterday. I said, but at the moment I just need to get into the routine of it all slowly, so I only want to do 25 hours to start off with, and that's 2 months up there. So that's really hopeful. So the guy who's the manager up there rang me as well. He's obviously a bloke, so he didn't want to chat so much. I started off by saying, hey, how are you going? How has it been? I hear you've been to London and things, and he was going, yeah. And I thought, okay, stop being too friendly, Tanya. You're just a skiffy. So anyway, I said, okay. So we arranged that I'd be up there on Tuesday, and I'd have my induction, and I might be inducted by him or some other manager called Pedro. And it starts then. So that's cool. And why is it Tuesday? Well, I said I wasn't available till Monday, but she was worrying a lot about losing me, I think. She said, well, if you're going up Monday, Sunday night, she said, then you know, you want Monday off really to get yourself sorted, and so start Tuesday. So I've ended up with that. I thought, I'm not going to argue. The heat is so unbearable. I mean, I couldn't move. I could not move. After I'd been to the interview with her, I went to Delamere Forest. I spent the rest of the day there. Yeah, for about 3 hours I was there, because around about 4 o'clock I thought I've got to head back to be near the garage. So I went back up to the Eastern Country Park, and I waited there till I heard from the garage. Now they phoned me about, I don't know, about 4:30, 5 o'clock. They checked to see if I wanted to put any new brakes and brake pads on, brake discs and brake pads on, because they were wearing low and weren't going to last much longer. And I said, you know what, the price I'm paying at the moment is what I've actually budgeted for, and I can't go over, because the cost of having the cam belt fitted and the water pump and the big service all came to 943 quid. Yeah, a lot of money. So I budgeted for 1,000. I didn't actually think I was going to be paying 1,000. I knew it was around about 400 for the cam belt and petrol and water pump, and then it was £249, something like that, for the big service. So that was 4, 5, 6. That was about 700 quid. And then, of course, on top of that was the VAT, or as you in America call it, your tax. So came to 943 something. Paid that. Yeah. So once I left the garage, we went back up to Delamere Forest, where I spent the next hour taking everything out the back and putting it in the boot. I didn't film any of this. I was close to death. I mean, that was so hot. I was pouring sweat. I mean, it's 3 days since I did the laundry, and everything's been used up. I've got to go to the laundrette again today and get everything washed. Otherwise, I'm just going to be a horrible, smelly person. So I went back to the forest, put everything back in the boot. I've taken a picture of that because it's been quite good what's gone in the boot, and it feels like there's loads of space there. So I've got to do all that again tomorrow morning. But I moved it all back in the boot. Oh, I was cooking so much. I was so hot. It took over an hour to do that. I was pouring. It was just so, and it was still, so there was no wind. I mean, if you drove the car, you caught a little bit of wind, and if you had all the windows down, you did catch a bit of wind, but it was just so humid, and I was just so fed up. But anyway, did that. So 5:30, it's probably about 6 o'clock I left, and I got here for around about 7, and I realised that I hadn't been to look at any of my lay-bys to check out, because it's around about 3 or 4 months really since I've been down this way. So I hadn't been to check out any of my my lay-bys to check to see whether they were still open, whether there were a bunch of lorries on there at 7 o'clock. If there are lorries on there at 7 o'clock, pretty much you're not going to get on there at 9 o'clock. So I sat here and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stay here. So I've put myself in. It's 8 o'clock. It's getting darkish now. It's starting to get dark. It's a bit dull, so it's quite nice. Sun's gone behind some clouds and that, so it's a lot better. I'm just going to sleep here the night and start again tomorrow. And I know tomorrow is another relentless day of heat, as is Thursday, as is Friday. I think after Saturday it starts to drop down. I don't know how I'm going to survive to then. I've already had 4 days of it and it's just been too much. I hope it's dropped by the time I start work on Tuesday, because I'll end up like that first job. I'll be so hot and bothered and fed up that I'll leave. I can't afford to this time, can I? 943 quid, £1,000 to pay on my credit card. Oof. Fortunately, I've used that just at the right time. I've just paid the last credit card bill for the insurance of my car, which wasn't too bad, 300 and something. So that's done. So this is hopefully the last major thing. I know that I will need tyres, and then they've told me about the brakes and the brake pads and that. Hopefully my car will be staying still for around about 2 months, so I won't worry about them till I've accumulated some wages, as long as I manage to stick it out. It's a good job. It's a job that I'm looking for. It's only 25 hours. It can be in different locations. It's only seasonal. I've told them that. I've signed a contract to be seasonal. I've told them about Nomad people on the road. I said, are you interested in other nomads doing seasonal work like this? Because I know they're desperate for people. Nobody wants to do this work. It is menial, and, you know, picking up litter, cleaning out bogs. It is menial and smelly and horrible. But, yeah, you're your own person, doing your own hours, and after you finish, you can sod off somewhere. As a nomad, I think it's a really good job for nomads. And she said, you know, that would be really interesting. So I thought, oh, I shall think about that and see how I get on. And if it works well, we could be the new Polish, the new people who come in seasonal and then can go afterwards, and they don't have to worry about keeping us on. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I'm going to go and get a cup of tea, go and get some dinner, get some sleep, start again tomorrow. Heat, hate it. I'm probably going to regret those words when I'm freezing cold, but we'll see. Alright, I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks for listening to me. Take care. Bye.